Welcome to Generation Dragons episode 52. Steve, how are you?
My man, Clint, how are you?
Not too bad.
Cheers.
Dink.
Tink.
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Had a bit of a scare over the week. We're booking our trip to Toronto. We're heading to T-Dot at the end of the week for Easter, and one of Maddie's friends got the vid. And luckily enough, we've already tested positive, but with the way everything's sounding, depending on the variant that you get, you can get reinfected. So we've been monitoring. Right now, we've been monitoring signs and all that stuff. So it was kind of a damper, but as of now, knock on wood, sounds like it's going to be good. But I just jinxed it, so hopefully not. How about you, man?
Well, no, I don't want to work it. Good. Everything's been pretty good lately. Not too much going on. Same old stuff. Saw some friends a little bit on the weekend and saw you the week before. So that was good. But no, same old stuff. Just doing life.
Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, I guess let's kick her off. And everybody, thank you. Welcome to another episode. 52. We are officially a year old in episodes. If you were to go by weeks. Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, I know we really started in February, but hey, or something like that. Maybe March. Anywho, it doesn't really matter. We're here. If you've been tuning in this whole time, thank you very much. Steve and I just thought we'd come together and do a nice little recording as a touch base, see how everyone's doing, give our little impressions and thoughts after 3 episodes of the old Halo TV series.
Yep.
And then, we're done Q1. We have another 3 quarters in front of us. What are we looking forward to? But yeah, Steve, do you want to kick it off with your thoughts of Halo after the last 3 episodes?
So I liked it. I again take my Halo hat off and turn off, like thinking, what the hell are they doing? This is not what Halo's story goes. You got to get out of that mindset, and then it's great. But they did my key story, right? So spoilers ahead, by the way. So yes, probably make that known. But you finally find out like where this woman that's with the Covenant comes from, right? So she was they killed her, I think her brother, if I'm remembering right, and took her along, and they use her to be able to activate Forerunner relics, is what it's looking like. So they kind of touched on that a little bit. I don't want to jump too far into it, but in case you want to stop me at any time or add your thoughts, but it was good to finally figure out who she is and where she comes from. Cortana.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, for Meki, yeah, she was whatever on a garbage planet, a literal garbage planet. And the Covenant just comes in and just destroys everything and has the key to try to find, and ends up being her who's the key. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I mean, with that, like, it's okay. I'm fine with it. Again, like we've talked about, because you take the Halo hat off and you watch it as a sci-fi TV series. It is damn good. I like it as a sci-fi series.
I'm liking it a lot, and that's the thing. Like, I keep thinking about it a lot, though. Like, no, this should be like Halo's originally, anyway. But then I already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, I already know the stories, and I know, like, yep, this is going to happen next. I could just tell the kids, oh, I'm predicting the future here. I kind of like that. I can't do that, and I don't know what's going to happen. So then they integrate fully with Cortana, or his own personal Alexa, if you want. But so I thought that was cool. She's very naive, very new, right? And understandable. She's brand new.
Yeah.
So trying to build the trust there. I could see the chief doesn't want anything to do with her in the beginning, but you could see he's still slowly starting to realize what she's capable of. Then part of the trust exercise, or manipulation, if you will, with Dr. Halsey telling Cortana what to do and let him remove his emotional inhibitor. Yeah. Right. So he does that, and he's standing there buck naked and looking and trying to pull this thing out of his ass. He finally does. So I guess he's going to have his emotions back. But yeah, and then before I get any further, what did you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, interesting way what they did with Cortana and making her a Flash clone, and then because it was a Flash clone that they did already, so they're just taking all the memories that they had put in from Cortana and take it anyway. So it's cool that they did that. Because
The person
they don't,
realized what was going to happen, though. She knew she was just being destroyed
yeah,
after, right? So they
yeah,
basically
yeah.
clone her mind or whatever to make it digital. I don't remember exactly what they called it, but in the process,
Yeah.
it destroys her brain. And she's just like fine with it. Okay,
Uh,
bye.
I have to look. I have to look that up in the um Halo 4 journal, the Halsey journal. Just or is it Halo 4? It could be Reach. I can't remember where it came as a collector's edition. It might have been Reach.
Oh, it was Reach,
Um,
yeah, too. So I have it
but
as
to go
well.
through it to see what it says in there about Cortana's creation, because I know it does have some pieces in it. So I'd be curious to see if it's aligned with that. I know they've taken taken some stuff. So it'll be interesting, right? Yeah, I mean, I love that it's Jen or Jennifer is the voice
Yeah,
actress there.
glad
That
I'm
they
happy
brought
with
her
that as
back.
well.
I know a lot of people don't like the way she looks. I don't really care. Like,
I
I
was
don't care
okay
that
with
she's
it. I know I made fun of it the first time we talked about it,
yeah,
but I got used to it within seconds of watching her. And
yeah.
I'm like, that's Cortana.
I,
She changes every video game anyway. So
yeah, well, that's exactly that's exactly it. I'm sorry she's not a purple hue. Really, she's just put in a digital version. But hey, to each their own, to each their own. Yeah, and about the whole emotions inhibitor and all that stuff. It's pretty cool that they did that. So just what is going to be next is the question for me is like,
oh, I
okay,
think I
so if
know.
he's done that, well, how intense is he going to get? Where's he
Yeah,
going to go with that?
I
And
think he's gonna lose his temper and anger. He won't know how to deal with it, and I think he's gonna go for all through the range of emotions that he didn't ever experience.
yeah.
Right. So
That's true. Yeah, and it could be interesting to see how they go. Right, we're
yeah,
a third of the way done of the TV series. Just there's only 9 episodes, so we're already a third way through. So it'll be interesting.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and then
So
like you're saying, the next one up here you have is Mackie pretending to be a victim of Covenant to try to get
yeah,
back into it, the humans.
yeah. So with that,
It,
it's
I'm
pretty
interested to
manipulative.
see. Yeah, well, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah, you got to
As
have the
soon as
bad
they
guy
make
do
the
that.
well, and as soon as they make the call and it was a ghost ship, and I was like, okay, so it's either going to be it's going to be a
I thought it was
flood,
going to be
like
the
it's going to
flood.
be,
Yeah.
and then it's her and the oh my goodness,
You mean
oh
the eels there?
yeah, well
Mint? I can't think of
that's
the name of the
the
race now that the hunters come from.
yeah, the hunters, yeah,
I just can't think of that
yeah, so it's
race. The name.
yeah, yeah, so
So
that was kind
I'm
of cool.
assuming it's that, right?
That's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
so the hunters are built of they're a colony of worms, and that's what makes the
Yeah. What
hunters.
the
So that's
heck
all
is the
that
name of
was.
that? But
I think it starts with an S, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. I was hoping, and Kathy and I were talking about it while we were watching, it was like kind of hoping they were gonna bust up the cold protocol, which is kind of what they did anyways, right?
yep, they
But I
tried
thought they
to,
were
didn't
gonna
they? I don't
yeah, they
remember
try
now
to
how it
break
ended. I only watched it once. Usually I watch these twice for it to sink
they
in.
she tried to hack in, and then they saw she tried to hack in, couldn't hack in. So the cold protocol was there, but they never make reference to the cold protocol,
It would have been
which
cool if
is
they did.
yeah, well, that's what I was kind of hoping for, right? Which could happen down the road too, right? We don't no idea.
Yeah.
And then yeah, the big going to Erdinus. I always murder the name. Erandis
Oh,
too.
Arandis too.
Yeah, Master Chief's home planet. So I think that's going to be pretty sweet.
And he's
I
like the
wonder
only
how they're going to play
survivor.
that. Yeah, but I mean that's his real home planet from the game too. So
Yep.
like,
But
what are
that's
they
not.
going to do?
I don't
And
think that's how they died. Everyone died on the planet the same way, was it? I don't remember now.
well,
Where
no,
it
they
was
don't
a
really make
virus,
any
and
kind of.
they like in
They
this
don't
it was a
really make
virus and
reference to it.
everyone died,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
quarantined the planet. But
I
I
that
can't remember.
so I guarantee you that's just a ploy that they put that out like that, and right, Flash clone, he dies, his parents went to go looking for him, can't find out or whatever,
Mhm.
because in the from the comics and books and stuff, I don't remember them saying his planet's completely wiped out, but he doesn't know what planet he is from, right? So like you do, but Master Chief himself doesn't. Like it's not just easy access like they make it out to be,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So,
true.
but yeah,
Good
I
point.
mean that's it. Next one comes out tomorrow, so we'll see. From the
Hmm.
teasers that 343 has put out, uh, I think we might be seeing the flood in this one, so we'll see.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to that. So
Yeah.
to Halo TV. I know a lot of people are hating on it, but I am so far loving it.
Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, me too. We've watched a lot of ridiculous TV shows in the past, Steve, and this one definitely is not one of them. So I'm glad. I'm happy with
Yep.
it. It's a good show that if you've never played the Halo games, jump into it. It's a good sci-fi show.
Yeah, for people that aren't super Halo fans and aren't purists, yeah, they're just loving it. And from the people I talk to, if you're a sci-fi
Yeah.
fan, it's
Yeah.
done well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. 100%.
moving off of that and get
Yeah.
into what are you looking forward to this year? I put a few things up that I'm looking forward to. I'm thinking the second thing in my list is something you're big time looking forward to.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Obviously outside of some games that are coming like Starfield and stuff like that, but just in
Yep,
the
I didn't add that.
collector's version, collector's world. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the few Transformers that they've announced recently. Right, Motor Master coming out, which
Commander class
is
too, so he's going to be pretty big.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And he scales well with Optimus Prime. I've seen him next to it, even though
yeah,
Optimus Prime was leader class, not commander class. But I think a lot
yeah,
of the bulk to Motormaster is going to be his trailer.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so I'm going to be replaying the scene from G1 where it's King of the Road, Optimus Prime versus Motormaster, and they ram into each other at full tilt to see who's the King of the Road. So I'll be doing that over and over like I did as a kid with stacks and Optimus Prime, the Go.Bot stacks.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
as soon as I
yeah,
saw that was like Commander class, I'm like, oh, I have to have this. I have to have this.
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna do a little pick pack stop motion video of it. So,
Don't mind me, Steve.
so yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
The next one I'm
yeah,
gonna let you say because it's one of your
yeah. This
favorites
is
of all
true.
time.
This is true. Oh, but I gotta say, for Motormaster, man, when you and I were talking about it yesterday, the day before, or when they announced it a couple days ago, I looked online to see pre-orders and stuff like that, and GameStop had it up for pre-order, but it said out of stock. So I was at GameStop today, and I was like, I gotta go ask, and they're like, yeah, man,
Thank
just
you
give
for
me the
that, by the way.
code. Yeah, I just wasn't expecting them to have it or be like taking.
Did you
I'm
put
like,
the other one under my name, or are they both under yours?
no, I put it. They're both under mine. I was like, oh, I was gonna put it under my buddy's name. They're like, don't worry about it, Clint. We know you're not buying it to sell it. So like, we don't care, right? So,
Yes.
so I've got two under my name, one for me, one for you. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully this time I'll actually open it and I'll do a comparison
I
of
will if you
him.
don't anyway. So
Yeah.
if you do want to keep it in package, I'll be opening it like seconds after I get in the door.
The one thing I want to add before we go to the next one is I really want to get the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime.
So do I. I saw him and I passed on him and I kind of regret it now.
I haven't seen him
anywhere else. Yeah,
no.
I think I saw him at EB Barhaven.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was an EB though. And I was randomly checking when I'm ever near an EB. If I usually check to see what's there.
I mean,
sorry, GameStop. I'm so used to calling it EB.
I'm gonna go back. Hopefully go pop into a couple of them while I'm in Toronto, just to see. I'm going to pick up a Shenmue 1 and 2 for the PS4. But anywho, that's
Thank you for
another.
picking up the He-Man Mega Constructs.
Oh yes, that as well.
Still gotta send you some money for that. I
Oh, yeah.
forgot about it until right now.
Do not worry. Yeah, so the next one, man, is the new Blitzwing.
Yeah. Have you seen what it looks like?
He looks good. He looks very similar to the G1,
right?
But just bigger, right? Bigger in plastic, but he looks very similar to the G1. Some rumors.
Yeah, the old one had a lot of plastic too. The frame was metal, but like a lot of the stuff on it was.
Yeah.
But they don't make anything die-cast these days anyway, so it's a forgotten art.
No.
On a side note, they make fun of that in Transformers Beast Wars in one episode.
Do they?
Yeah, like, I don't remember what it is, and they talk about something being die cast, and then I think Optimus Primal goes like, "It's a forgotten art," and then they
Yeah.
move on. I'm like, "Oh, nod to that."
Yeah, nice,
So,
nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Interested to see where they go with everything. If now they're talking about Menosaurus, they're going to make a Menosaur. So is he going to be part of it? Are they going to do? I like,
well, they are.
which
I've
doesn't
already
make
seen
sense.
some pictures where you can detach drag strip, and now there's sort of like the Combiner Wars
Combiner
versions.
Wars. Hmm.
Some similar. I didn't look close enough at it. I just was scrolling on my phone. I'm like, oh, I can't look at this because then I have to buy 5 Transformers instead of one.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah, no, that's true. This is true. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. That comes out later this year as well.
yeah.
What's next one up on your list there, Steve?
So this is cheating a little bit because it actually doesn't come out to January, but I've been thinking about it off and on in the back of my head till it does, and it's the Megatron collaborative GI Joe mashup with as a Cobra Hiss tank. So he turns into a Cobra Hiss tank, and it comes with the Baroness. But I mean, like that's just two of my favorite things growing up as a kid. It was GI Joe and Transformers and He-Man, of course. But the first thing I ever really played with GI Joe, and to have, and then Transformers like was the next big thing, and He-Man
Yeah,
was there as well. But those were two of my loves more. Um,
right.
but to combine that, I always thought Megatron should be a tank. Like he's supposed to be super tough and powerful, and not turn into a little handgun. Like why does he shrink down? And I always hated that mass shifting. So, for him to be a Cobra Hiss tank, if he came with a Cobra Commander instead of Baroness, I had been like, oh, or even Destro, but Cobra Commander, it would have been the perfect
Yeah,
mashup
yeah,
to me.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm
yeah.
so looking forward to that. January 2023, it's supposed to be coming out. I pre-ordered it at EB is like as soon as I
Oh,
saw the
yeah, you were able to.
announcement.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I did it. Like, well, I remember when I saw it come up, I thought Xbox fridge that Clint got that I couldn't. Xbox fridge that
Yeah,
Clint got that I couldn't. I'm doing it now.
yeah, yeah,
Take my
fair.
money. So
Yeah.
yeah, but you, what about you? What are you thinking of?
So right now you've got on this list, and it's definitely one that I'm looking forward to. There's the TMNT, both
Mm-hmm.
the Revenge of Shredder, I believe is what it's called, or
Yeah,
yeah, Revenge is
with April
the
O'Neil
new
as a playable
yeah
character.
the new beat 'em up,
Mm-hmm.
and then the collections TMNT collection of all TMNT, Turtles in
Oh,
Time and Arcade, and there's two others in there as well.
how to?
Um,
I didn't even know that was coming out.
Cowabunga collection, I believe it's called. So I'm
Oh,
definitely looking forward to
is
that.
that going to be on all
Um,
platforms? I assume.
yep, 360 or 360. Woo, Xbox. Uh,
Let's go back 10 years and
yeah, Xbox,
more than
PS5.
10. Jeez.
I think they're going PS4 as well, and then Switch. So
Yeah, I'm
I
looking forward to both of those now because I didn't know the other one was coming out. I don't know how I missed the Cowabunga collection. But one note on the Shredder's Revenge is when did April Neil become a ninja? But anyway, I guess she's been training in her off hours and I'm
Yeah.
gonna get to play as her.
Hey, she's been around the Ninja Turtles for the last 40 years, Steve. So
I
I'm sure
guess that's true. She
she would
picked up a few
eventually pick
moves
something
and
up.
never got
Yeah.
older, but the turtles never
Yeah.
got older. It's like a Bart Simpson
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
Simpsons thing
exactly.
where they never get
Yeah.
older.
Yeah. Because I
um,
mean, Homer should be Abe's age by now, and Bart should be Homer's age. Um,
or
they
older.
also they also owned a 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom house on a salary of one person.
It's
Uh,
not 1970 anymore.
and no high school education. So yeah, The Simpsons. Anyways, yeah,
And he works at a nuclear power plant as an engineer.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
What about you, man? What about you?
next would be He-Man figures, and it's mostly I'm trying to find the ones I don't have that I couldn't find. I'm hoping I will, hoping they'll re-release some, like Man at Arms or Moss Man, Stratos, Mechanic. Those are some of the ones I couldn't find. Some of the bad guys, some of the Horde maybe or Snake Men, but
Yeah,
I never find them. I just never find them. And then I look online and they're like double to triple the price. And
yeah,
at 14.99, I don't mind picking up a few of them here and there because they're pretty cheap. But when they're at like 34, 55, for a a figure that was $15 at Walmart or Toys R Us. Now I'm not
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
when it comes to the Revelations toy line, I don't really care about them as much. They're really detailed and look well, but I
Yeah.
got the castle that side, so it's just weird on the screen because I've let kids play with it and do a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
So they can play with those, beat them up, then the arms come up, and I don't care. And then I also get to collect them, and so
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
thing. But
Nice, nice,
what about
nice,
you?
nice.
What else are you looking forward to?
I mean, there's not much. I haven't seen Sonic 2 yet, which I'm kind of heartbroken. But last time I saw Sonic, COVID happened. So, yeah, I don't know. There isn't too much, man. I mean, other than a few of the Transformers, um, nothing's really popping out. I'm looking forward to a couple games that are coming out later this year, but there isn't anything crazy. Yeah, that's it for me. How about pickup, Steve? What do you have? What have you picked up most recently? So,
Not much lately. I kind of count the pickups I got from you because it was recent. You picked up for a while. You were sitting on those for months before I was able to
oh yeah,
pick them up when we
yeah,
finally saw each other. So it was
yeah,
nice to get. God, I can't remember what it was. I think it was Ramjet. And
yeah. Ramjet
what's the other one?
and I
Ramjeez, right?
can't
Oh,
remember.
seriously, what was that? I literally can't remember. But Ramjet was obviously a big one, and
Yeah.
I have too much stuff that I collect that I can't remember that I picked it up from you.
uh,
There's also I picked up Pipes,
nice.
and he looks great. He's pretty much just a remold of Huffer, but they've kind of flipped his
Okay.
arms around and changed a little bit, changed the
Nice,
back.
nice, nice.
And then also Leader Class Wreck-Gar.
Oh,
He
nice.
looked awesome. But what
Yeah.
I think is hilarious is because my friend's kids came over the weekend. They don't know Transformers that well at all. And they're like, how come he has giant nipples? Because when he transforms the robot,
Oh,
the guns
yeah.
stick out of his chest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's cold outside. And they're like, yeah, but
Yeah.
they're like this long. They're as long as his face. I'm like, yeah, well, to each their own. Some people
Yeah.
are different than others.
That's it.
But yeah.
That's it. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, no, I mean for me, it's just been I picked up Ghostwire Tokyo. I've only played a little bit of it so far because I'm trying to finish Horizon. I like it; it's a good game, and that well,
Mhm.
both are. But Ghostwire is interesting. So I want to just put Horizon to bed, and then I will jump into Ghostwire more intensely. I mean, like I said, there's not much when it comes to games coming out over the next little bit. You know, I don't think God of War is going to make it out this year. Maybe it will, but I don't think so. Starfield comes out. Zelda is no longer coming out. So you know what's next, right?
So
So the
Starfield,
one,
for sure. Sorry, I cut you off there. Go ahead.
no, yeah, it was Starfield for sure. God of War hasn't been pushed yet, but I kind of expect it to be pushed. Zelda got pushed. My
Yep.
conspiracy theory is they've pushed it to spring 2023, just as I've called it, I believe, on this episode, on this show in the past. Switch Pro, Switch Plus, Switch, whatever the F they're going to call it, will be released or announced in around the same time. And it will
Seen
be
into the
backward.
future.
Seen in the future. I got an uncle that works for Nintendo.
Well, there you go. One thing I forgot to mention that I'm looking forward to game wise, being a huge 90s TNG Star Trek era, like all the ones in the 90s and early 2000s, even with Enterprise, I was a big fan of. But with
Yeah.
Star Trek Resurgence coming out, I'm really looking forward to that. I love those kind of Telltale games. I know it's not Telltale this time. I think they were sold off and moved to this other company. I just can't think of it offhand, but I'm looking forward to that big time. I love those type of
Nice.
games. And also, I remembered who the other pickup was for me that you grabbed. Slammer to go with
Oh,
Metroplex.
right.
The last
That's
person,
who it was.
last transformer to go with him. He's a parts former, like a
Right.
weaponizer, but I just leave him as a tank underneath Titan class Metroplex, and he sits there
Yeah.
with six gun and Windblade. So it's all kind of
Nice.
set up perfectly.
Nice. So here's one pickup, Steve, I have to show you.
I knew you were getting. Oh my God, where'd you get that?
EB, they've got one still. It's a first four figures, so it does go with my other Zelda collection stuff that I have. These guys here, as you have
Dang.
seen.
Yeah.
So
That looks
I haven't taken it out
great.
of the haven't taken it out of the box yet because I don't know where to put it. I
Was it
want to
on
put it on
clearance or
my
anything, or you just saw it and you had to
no,
have it?
no it just came out. Funny story is Kathy and I both follow First Four Figures on Facebook and all the other places.
Mhm.
She saw it when they announced it, so she was going to pre-order it when the pre-orders opened. She was going to pre-order for First Four Figures, but I went and checked GameStop just for shits and giggles because sometimes they carry the First Four Figure stuff, and they had it for pre-order, and it was $100 to pre-order, $100 Canadian to pre-order here, or for first four figures, $115 USD plus shipping. So I'm like, no, I'm going to pre-order from the Canadian one. And then I told Kathy that I pre-ordered it. And she's like, are you shitting me? Because I was going to buy it for you. I'm like, well, I
Oh, that's
appreciate
the
the
worst when that happens,
thought.
right? We've all been there,
but
right?
I saved us some money, so
That's how I got two
but
Optimus Primes actually for when what was just before Earthrise? Maybe it was the Earthrise Optimus Prime. Shoot. Anyway,
fall first time trying, yeah.
I bought one and my wife got me one, and I'm like, well, but I was egging her to. Right? I'm like, hey, you gotta get this before I miss it, and then I didn't want to miss it, so I bought one as well, and then I got two, and she's like, shoot, return one, or I could display and play. One for display,
Uh,
one for play. So,
yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Well, good sir, it's been a pleasure, good catching up with you as
yeah,
always,
man.
friend.
Yeah,
Happy Easter
that's
to
right.
you.
Happy Easter. That reminds me, I'm
uh,
hosting an event tomorrow where I'll be wearing bunny ears and bunny outfit, or at least the bunny ears and whatnot. So,
Steve, you can keep your furry things to your furry self. This is a family show.
The
uh
ears even go up and down if you pull a string.
yeah, that's the only thing that'll be being pulled. um Sorry.
You're not into the furries, are you?
You're setting me up for these here, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
You're setting me up.
I'm
So
surprised you're not
yes,
biting harder
Steve.
on that.
Beep, beep.
That's
Yeah,
another
so
show.
that's another show. Steve, as always, friend, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Everybody, thank you for tuning in today. Sorry for my shitty quality of camera. I had to switch it up to something that was supposed to be better than the other one, but it's not. So,
Just
yeah,
camp fighting with lighting today, and I didn't have time to fix it. I go
I had to,
here or go there, then I'm dark. And,
I had to
anyway,
turn off my Xbox fridge because it was too loud. I didn't want it to be picked up in the microphone.
so that's the only thing about
It's
that fridge. It is freaking awesome,
yeah.
but the noise, eh?
Oh yeah, it is so loud. So loud.
I'd
Well,
still take it
Steve.
over. I don't hear well, so. But yeah, anyway, yeah, we're
Good
trying to
sir.
close off, so let's do it. As always, keep collecting,
Keep gaming.
keep safe.
Safe.
One day we'll get that back. We did it once, one time.
Bye.